welcome to Gretna. How happy are you to get the deal over the line?
Oh, more than happy. It's just all about myself is playing games this year. So I'm just trying to get as many minutes in the bank as possible. Yeah, like heard for the gaffer, he's told me his plans. I'm more than happy with the way he wants to play, so we'll just take it from there.
Obviously, you've been with us already for a little bit. From that experience so far, how's that felt?
Yeah. It was a tough game on Tuesday. I know, Saturday, but listen, I've made my own mistake. I apologise to the boys straight away, but I think the boys are more than happy with me and the goals as well behind them. So it's just part and parcel of the game, making mistakes. But listen, football's football, and we'll just get on to the next.
Of course, talking about the mistake, obviously as a goalkeeper, if that happens, it maybe leaves a bit more of an impact on you than any other position. But of course, you're hoping to kind of move past that quickly and kind of get up some speed better with the boys over the next few weeks.
Yeah. Like, listen, that mistake happened. I was like, it could have been a very tough time for myself straight after it. But I think I've got, with the experience behind me, with all the players that I've worked with and all the goalkeepers, they've kind of taught me just to listen, get on with the game, just take it on board, and whatever happens in the game, you take it. So the way I performed straight after it is like I had a save just 2 seconds late straight after it, so I'm more than happy with just my performance of the game.
Of course, got Albion Rovers coming up this weekend. How are you feeling ahead of that? Obviously, we've struggled for form so far this season, but with the manager and the players, can you see that turning around?
Listen, every game's different in this league. It's a very hard league to play in. It's all the boys all try to come together. It's just one of the things. Albion Rovers, yeah, they've recruited well, but listen, it's my first game against them, so we'll just see what happens for you.
Perfect. That's much all I need for you, boss. Thanks very much.
Thank
I did. So, Brian, Albion Rovers coming up on Saturday. What's the thoughts ahead of that game?
It's a big opportunity for us, as all our home games should be. Albion Rovers are obviously disappointed with relegation last year. Sandy Clark seems to have built really well. We know a lot of their players, so again, we're probably not going into the kind of unfamiliar. It's a big opportunity for us to get off the mark. That's one thing I will say. But again, they've signed a lot of good players there, so we need to be wary.
Obviously, we've brought in Jay Kennedy from Forfar earlier this week. New man between the sticks. Obviously, Charlie Cowie got recalled from his loan. What do you think Jay's going to bring to the team?
First and foremost, again, Charlie's been a big miss. Just his personality around the club's really, really good. We're still coming and going with Queens in terms of what's going on with the loan. I know there's obviously a kind of a knock-on effect with Hibs. Losing their third choice or second choice keeper, so it's kind of that domino effect where it affects Queens, it affects us. But again, we'll deal with it, and we'll have dealt with it in terms of bringing Jay in. I thought he was absolutely brilliant last week. The mistake aside, a lot of kids would have crumbled, but I genuinely thought he got better and better as the game grew on. But he's a fine signing, he's a good lad, and he's already mixing really well with the boys.
Obviously, we spoke a couple of weeks ago about bringing some big, ugly faces into the back line. Obviously, you brought yourself in there,
yes,
but in other terms of that, are we still looking for those kind of big physical presences to bring us forward?
Of course we are. We've got one in tonight. Again, experienced centre-half. He's played a few games at a decent level. again, we're trying everything, whether it be a short-term fix, a long-term fix, just to kind of get us through this little sticky patch we're in just now. It is very difficult. But again, we'll keep trying and we'll keep trying, and hopefully tonight goes well. Training goes well tonight with the boy we've got in, and let's hope we can get him in and get him signed up.
Obviously, we've spoken briefly about this off camera. When it comes to finances in this league, sponsoring the players is a big part of it. And of course, I think you want to speak about this for a little while. So what are your thoughts on that, and how important do you think it is for people to be sponsoring the lads this season?
In terms of local businesses, I think it's massive. I think it's imperative that a club of greater stature has the local kind of backing of all the local businesses. I think a club like this would struggle to operate if it never had big businesses backing it. And again, just the individual player sponsors goes a long way as well. It gives the businesses more exposure, and it obviously helps out the club financially. But again, the club are doing really well off the pitch just now in terms of trying to get sponsors and trying to kind of think outside the box and bringing ways to find money into the club. I know Stuart Holmes does a lot of work behind the scenes to try and grow the club. And without guys like him, clubs like this don't survive. But it's a great opportunity to go and sponsor some players. I know I've got 2 sponsors myself, which I'm very grateful for. I know the chaplain sponsored me, and a good friend of mine, Michael Fraser. He's got his own goalkeeping academy in Inverness. So again, it's very nice of him to sponsor myself and to sponsor the club. So again, all this money goes so far at a club like this.
Just one final question about the footballing side of things. Obviously, we haven't had a great start to the season, but the lads still seem, I've seen them in training, they've seemed very motivated and ready to go at it again. Do you think we'll see that this Saturday?
The attitude's been brilliant. The commitment's been brilliant. The attendance has been brilliant. Again, it's just the wee fine details that are going against us on a Saturday, the individual errors that we keep harping on about. We've got a very good group of boys. They're all very good footballers. But again, as I said to you, it just needs that little bit of voice, that little bit of experience in and around some of the players. And as we've seen Saturday there, we weren't far away. So hopefully this weekend we can go one better and give the fans something to shout about.
Perfect. Thanks very much.
Thanks.
Let's go.